Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are watching episode 2 of Solo Leveling. We had a pretty good start to first episode, even though nothing too crazy happened. But pretty good start, got me hooked and interested, so let's see where we go from there. I mean, either way, you saved their lives. Well, most of their lives.
今から十数年前、突如として異次元とこちらを結ぶゲートと呼ばれる通路が出現し、世界中で常識を超える出来事が起こり始めた。
Interesting. So, this is a phenomenon that just kind of happened out of nowhere. Which is kind of interesting because now that I've finished Eminence and Shadow, and we're talking about just kind of these things that are just either appearing or disappearing from worlds based on the collision of different worlds. Like, almost anything could kind of be connected to that show now. Wouldn't it be crazy if this was like a spin-off of Eminence and Shadow, like they were connected somehow because one of the worlds collided from that show with this one? And that'd be nuts. I know that's ridiculous and that's not at all the case, but still, that would be kind of funny. Okay, that was a pretty cool intro. It seemed like the whole thing was in English, which kind of reminds me of that OP really reminded me of Log Horizon. I haven't seen that in a long time. Actually, I think there's a new season. Well, maybe not new, but there was another season after season 2 of Log Horizon that I never got a chance to watch. So I'll probably go back and check that out at some point. But yeah, that intro was very Log Horizon-esque, in my opinion. Yeah, I bet you everybody bets they can do a better job until you get in there and get your fucking ass handed to you, and then you humble up, hopefully, if you don't die. Bro. I know that's supposed to be like gruesome, you know, just like holy crap, that's terrible, but I mean, they shouldn't have made it funny. If it's supposed to be terrible, then they should not have made it hilarious, because that was funny as hell. Ain't it crazy how the lowest ranked person has taken the lead now? All these experienced hunters. Somebody should have been able to figure that out. I mean, the commandments, like, I feel like if this is a thing, you know, every dungeon has its own rules and there's literally written commandments, somebody in there who's more experienced should have been able to figure this out. You know, like, it just, I realize this is kind of a unique and unusual situation, but like, how is the lowest level or lowest ranked one in here figuring this out? And none of these other experienced hunters were able to draw the connection. Okay, what's the second commandment? Like, come on, man. How do y'all... this is what's getting me. These people are supposed to be experienced, right? Like, after all they've seen, There is no scenario where it's okay to relax. I can't think of any situation at all, especially considering that there's multiple commandments. You only did the one and it worked. So logically, what's the next step? Like, that would be my immediate thought. Okay, we did the first thing. What's next? Not, oh God, we're saved. It's all over. Like, that is such a stupid conclusion to come to considering everything that's happened thus far.
つ目は神をたたえよ。それが鍵です。たたえよ。たたえよ。自分に任せてください。あなたを崇め敬おう。お神よ、世に秩序をもたらす支配者よ。
Yeah, I don't know about that one, Chief. Like, he don't look like the type of god who brings order and peace. He looks like a god of chaos with that look on his face. I don't know. How do you revere this type of god or praise this type of god? Embrace the chaos? I don't know. Well, I mean, I called it. We all knew he wasn't gonna make it. The moment he mentioned his family, it was over for him. So that's not a surprise at all.
神をたたえろ。あいつの何をたたえろって言うんだよ。今のただの悪魔じゃないか。だけど、ジュヒさんを一人にするわけには。何か手がかりを。槍、斧。
Bro. Oh my god, this show is brutal, man. So this is clearly a god of war or chaos or something. Like they all have weapons, they all seem to be soldiers. Like, I'm trying to like figure out like what the solution would be.
楽器。みんな、楽器を持ってる敵党の前に逃げてください。まさか二人だとダメなのか。ジュヒさんはそこから動かないで。
That's crazy how he's literally the only person figuring this out, dude. Like, as far as combat experience and stuff goes, he's pretty pathetic and almost universally worthless, but I guess he's the smartest person in the room because he's the only person coming up with solutions. They not pulling no punches with the actual violence and damage in here, man. They ain't messing around.
神話なんかによく出てくるじゃないですか。神に捧げる宝の池に三つ目を起きて神を信仰せよ。
バカな俺たちここまで来りゃ何のことかわかる。
It's about time. Jesus Christ. Somebody else finally caught on. Literally, just one other person in the room I was waiting for to be like, okay, I know what to do. All these experienced hunters for what?
何が起ころうとしてんだソン君他に何かしないといけないのかな。
多分何も起こりません。
Ah, there needs to be a certain amount of sacrifices. They're not just talking about sacrificing just one. I think everybody in the room has to be willing to prove themselves for it to work. If everybody in the room doesn't commit to it, I think they all die.
それを防ぐために時間内にダンジョンのボスを倒しゲートを封鎖するのがレイドのもう一つの目的だ。俺たちが失敗すればあれが外の世界に。
I mean, that's one hell of a stipulation. That's kind of crazy. So, I guess one would imagine that this has happened before. I wonder how regulated this stuff is then. Because if the consequences of failing a dungeon is all the monsters get to come out of the dungeon and attack the real world, then they are probably very strict on who's allowed to go in said dungeons and who's not. You would think But it doesn't seem that way considering this rank E dude has been able to go on all these missions that he clearly wasn't qualified for. Okay. So they're like what are they called? The sleeping angels or something like that? I can't remember. Uh I could have completely butchered that. That's probably not it. So if you look at them, they don't move. So you basically have to keep your eyes open and just accept your fate. Bro, I don't understand. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense how incompetent these people are. Like, I get it. You're scared, but you just found out that if you do thing, other thing won't happen. So why on earth would running away even register as something as a relative good idea? Like, why would it even be in the realm of what could be considered a good idea? I fear makes you do stupid things, I guess, but like, just fucking like you really wanted to die. Like you just didn't want to live anymore, apparently. Oh, so okay, so the test here is you have to stand your ground. If you run, you die, essentially, because she's probably dead by now. I'm sure she ran through that door and something obliterated her on the other side. So, in the face of fear, with these statues coming towards you, you have to stand your ground, I'm assuming? That's where the faith comes in, though. That's where the faith part comes in. You gotta trust the process. The blue flames are going out. It's clearly the timer. And every time the red flames go out, it's because somebody left. So, like, you gotta have faith. That's it. Your cowardice will kill you. Why? Why is everybody concluding that leaving is a good idea? I don't understand. What the fuck is wrong with you people? Oh my god. And you know what? The blue flames, the timer, like, as long as it takes for them to go out, it was probably determined by the amount of flames that were left. The amount of red flames that were left. Like, the more people who stayed their ground, the quicker the blue flames probably went out. I would imagine, like, that seems like it would make sense. The more people who had faith and stood their ground, the higher your chance of survival. So, like, every person that leaves is slowing down the timer, it seems like. I could be wrong about that, but that's what it feels like. Man, I'm genuinely, I feel like the timer, if they all would have stood their ground, the timer would have ran out by now. None of the statues would have been moving because they would have been able to watch all of them and they would have been fine. Like, this entire scenario from beginning to end has been a series of dumb fucking idiots literally dying for no reason. From the beginning, like, since this entire thing started, except with the exception of probably the first couple people, because they were genuinely just like, we have no idea what to do, so they were trying to just do whatever they could. But from the moment it was established that you need to follow the commandments or the tenets or whatever. Safety was almost guaranteed from that point. You just had to not be stupid. Jesus Christ, all this death.
そんなのみんな同じなのに結局は自分を正当化してるだけじゃないか。感謝の言葉だって上っ面だ。こうするのはいつだって自分のことを一番に考えるやつばっかりだ。
Oh my god, they're activating my boy's villain arc. He's getting angry now. Because, like, seriously, genuinely, none of this had to happen. None of this had to happen. I don't even know, like, I'm gonna be mad as hell if those people who ran actually survived. I'm gonna be mad. Because, like, it's so stupid. Whoa, what the hell? Oh, what's that? Oh, crap. That was... Hold on. I didn't realize that was the end of the episode. Hold on. What did that say, though? We need to see what that said. The secret quest. Courage of the weak. You have acquired the qualifications to be a player. Will you accept? Your heart will stop in... Oh, well, I mean, by the time you read this, it's already stopped. Oh, if you choose not to accept. Oh, okay. And obviously, you're gonna accept. So that's... Okay. See, that's interesting. That right there is really interesting. Because he actually had to genuinely suffer extreme pain. Like, this is something a lot different than a lot of other, like, you know, almost isekai kind of fantasy stuff where the main protagonist gets his power by some arbitrary crap. Like, he genuinely had to sacrifice and suffer immense pain to be able to do whatever I guess is going to be the result of this, because I genuinely don't even know what the result of this is going to be. But I feel like, once again, still, at the end of the day, this shit could have been avoided. Genuinely. I feel like this could have absolutely been avoided, man. But you know what? It is what it is. We're gonna have to just wait and see what happens in the next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys thought about it down in the comment section below. And yeah, see you guys next week.